Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota, and today, Sunday, and yesterday I didn't upload any video just because I was resting a little bit. It doesn't mean, though, there were no news about Real Madrid. When it comes to Real Madrid, man, there's always something going on. So today I've been gathering the most important information about players and possible signings and stuff about Real Madrid. And that is what I'm going to talk about in this long video. So let me get started. Before to jump onto the big names like Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and of course the star of today, which is about Eden Hazard and of course Mohamed Salah in a kind of spectacular swap that Real Madrid might be interested in. I will be delivering to you all guys some updates on the team because, as you know, we are back, and next Tuesday we will be playing against Shakhtar Donetsk in another very important and crucial game of the Champions League. Because, as you know, before the international break, we had very awful three consecutive games without a single win, 2 defeats and 1 draw. So that is not very good for us, and of course we have to reverse the situation and try to win to keep moving forward and to keep back on track, and of course to gain or regain some confidence we lost in the last 2 weeks. So let me get into the details, and let me first start with Dani Carvajal, because according to ABC News in Spain, the medical staff from Real Madrid, Antonio Pintus and Carlo Ancelotti, have stopped the ambitions of Dani Carvajal to get back to the squad before the super clash against FC Barcelona, before El Clásico, because apparently the player is not ready yet. And of course, this is very sad news because the player apparently was looking forward to get back, and he was feeling himself like way better, much better, and of course ready to go. But sometimes it is more the desire of the player than the reality, and the reality says, at least the doctors claim he's not ready yet. And of course that'd be very much appreciated if he would be back a little bit later than expected, if he could get back a little bit later, because apparently it's not 100%. And of course, anybody in Real Madrid wants to take any risk when it comes to Dani Carvajal, and of course when it comes to injuries. As you know, over the last 2 seasons we have struggled badly when it comes to injuries. Players injured, players out of the squad, players unavailable just because they were injured or going through different processes about, some players just needed some rest, others just were injured, but for different circumstances, for different reasons, they were not available, and that is a thing we've been struggled with over the last 2 seasons, and that is exactly what we don't want to happen again. So when it comes to injured players and stuff like that, we don't want to take any risk, and that's why medical staff have recommended to Carvajal and Ancelotti to delay a little bit more the return of the players. So let me move on and give you all another update on Eduard Camavinga, because apparently he's now 100% okay and 100% ready to go and be available for the game against Shakhtar Donetsk. Yesterday, I think Saturday, he showed up in Valdebebas and he was put on a test, and apparently he's 100% recovered. As you know, he had a problem in the left foot that forced it to him to get back to Madrid before the date. He was concentrated with the national team of France, but he had to get back to Madrid because he was not ready to play with the under 21 national team of France. So they decided, the medical and staff and people from the national team of France, they decided to send him back to Madrid, get some rest, get better, and that's it. And now apparently the player is 100% better, is 100% okay and ready to go. And last night we learned that the player will be available for Carlo Ancelotti against Shakhtar Donetsk, which is of course very happy news. And now let's move on and let's talk about the picture. The picture that Kylian Mbappe uploaded last night alongside Al Khelaifi with a trophy, and in the foot of the picture you can see the phrase thanks to PSG. So a lot of Madridistas out there have blown up just because the player has been portrayed in a picture with Khelaifi when he was supposed to be, freaked out or upset with PSG and Khelaifi and all the stuff for all the beef that has happened over the last weeks, over the last week, I would say, after his interview in Radio Monte Carlo, where he confessed his desire to sign for Real Madrid last summer and all the stuff. So for many Madridistas out there, this picture was a little bit, inappropriate, inaccurate, or out of, it was not the right moment for uploading this picture. But let me tell you what. This is just my opinion, but let me tell you, to me, Kylian Mbappe is such a good player, is such a good person, is such a professional, that in my opinion, what he was trying to say in this picture, it is pretty much that he's a professional, and although all the differences and all the problems he can have with PSG and Khelaifi and all the stuff, at the end of the day, PSG has been the team that has helped more than any other and has helped more in his career so far. If there is a reason why Kylian Mbappe has succeeded already in soccer, it is because of, one of the reasons, it is because of the help of Paris Saint-Germain, and there is a way to show that he's very grateful with PSG. If there is one way to do that, it is, taking pictures with Khelaifi, Leonardo, and showing respect for them, because they were the guys that in the past helped him out to come to PSG and succeed in soccer. So I get it. I understand why there are so many Madridistas out there claiming that this picture is 100% inaccurate or inappropriate, or it was not the right time for doing this or things like that. But man, we have to be flexible, and we have to be, we have to understand that this player has spent 4 years in a row playing for Paris Saint-Germain, helping Paris Saint-Germain, and of course Paris Saint-Germain will be one of the most important teams in one of the most important moments in his life. And that is something there's nothing you can do about that. You can't change the history, you can't change the future, you can't change other people's mind, you know what I'm saying? So what we have to do is to assume that this way, he's really grateful with PSG, and that's it. Shouldn't be any other concern or problem or things like that, because to me, Kylian Mbappe still wants to play for Real Madrid, and that is the only thing we should be worried about, and that's it. Okay, now let's move on and let's talk about Mino Raiola, Erling Haaland, and Real Madrid, because as you know, one of the biggest desires and one of the biggest transfer next summer, next market, will be Erling Haaland, or the player will be in the market. And of course, there will be a big race for signing the player between the biggest clubs in the world, including Real Madrid. The only concern, according to this news from OK Diario, in an article that came out written by Miguel Serrano, the only concern in Real Madrid, it is the commission Raiola wants to get from the deal, out of the deal. He wants to make a lot of money, and at least, apparently, according to Miguel Serrano, Mino Raiola wants to make as much money as he made in the transfer, in the deal between Borussia Dortmund and Salzburgo, which is 40 million euros. As you know, every time Raiola is involved, is engaged in any kind of deal, conversation, talks, negotiation, or stuff like that, what every single team in Europe knows is that Mino Raiola has to get his part. He was his chunk of the. He wants his portion of the deal, and this portion is not little. It's very big actually. It is a lot of money, and of course sometimes it complicates the deal between the team and the player. So that is the thing with Erling Haaland. What Erling Haaland doesn't want to happen is how his deal, his signing for Real Madrid or any other, is obstacleized by the commission of his agent. So that is apparently what Erling Haaland has told to Mino Raiola. Hey, I'm okay if you get your commission. I'm okay if you receive whatever you have to receive, whatever the millions are. But don't mess this up. I mean, make the deal, close the deal, sign it up, and don't put any other stone on my way. You know what I'm saying? So that is the thing. And for Real Madrid, I mean, as far as Real Madrid, commissions are always a, not a rock on the way, but in somehow it is a obstacle Real Madrid knows has to try to dodge, just because every single person, every single agent, when it comes to Real Madrid, rise insanely the commissions and the expenses of the deal and all that stuff, because everybody wants his part. Everybody wants to make a lot of money when Real Madrid is involved in any kind of negotiation or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, though, we are going to have any problem to sign Erling Haaland. I don't even think either the commission of Mino Raiola will be a struggle. But man, when it comes to Real Madrid, and as a Madridista, it really bothers me that every single person in this world wants to make money out of Real Madrid, taking advantage from the name, the history, the brand, the shield, and all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm okay with that. I mean, this guy's nuts. I mean, Erling Haaland really worth all the obstacles, all the problems, and all the struggles to sign the deal, because he's a player that has been out of the squad for 22 days. I mean, trying to recover in Spain from apparently a very bad injury. And last night, he came back, he showed up in the field, and he scored twice. He scored 2 goals. Like if nothing had happened over the last 15 days, So this guy is nuts, and I think that really, the problems, the struggle when it comes to Erling Haaland are really worth it. Okay, so now let's move on and let's talk finally about the news of the week, because apparently, according to this journalist, is a Turkish, let me see, journalist, let me see the name, is a Krom, let me see real quick. It is a Krom, I don't know the name. I don't think it's important either, but just let me see really quick. Yeah, it's Ekrem Konur. Is the journalist who claimed yesterday that Real Madrid might be offering to Eden Hazard to sign up, to sign in to Mohamed Salah. I don't know whether this next winter market or maybe for the next summer, because as you know, Mohamed Salah is a right winger, and of course that position is not right now, for any player in Real Madrid. I mean, sometimes it's for Gareth Bale, but he's now injured. Sometimes it's for Rodrigo Goes, but there's no player assigned to that position, right? And Mohamed Salah, of course, would be perfect. Would fit perfectly this position, because the other thing is Mohamed Salah has started the season in an incredible way. He's been performing incredibly good, and he has scored 10 goals in 10 games, which is, of course, very good. Insane. It's not insane because it's not Erling Haaland, because Erling Haaland is even better, but Mohamed Salah is performing really good, and apparently Real Madrid might be interested in signing him. And with no hesitation, Real Madrid has thrown on the table the name of Eden Hazard and a possible swap with Liverpool to sign in to Mohamed Salah. Let me tell you what, this is the news, and now I'm going to give you all my own opinion. I don't think Real Madrid is really interested in Mohamed Salah. The reason for that is because this player has been he was very attached to Real Madrid 2 years ago when he was succeeding with the best Liverpool I've ever seen, the Liverpool that became champion in Europe. They won the Champions League and stuff. But to me, nowadays, I don't think Real Madrid is really interested in signing Mohamed Salah, because to me, the most important for Real Madrid right now, when it comes to the attack and as far as the attackers and those kind of positions, are just Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe, and nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Unless we have a very good chance, a very good opportunity to sign Mohamed Salah, I don't think Real Madrid will try anything, and even less, I don't think that Real Madrid will throw on the table the name of Eden Hazard to try a kind of swap for Mohamed Salah, because they're not stupid, man. Right now, Mohamed Salah is way better than Eden Hazard, and nobody, there's no a single team in Europe willing to release this kind of player, or even to pay a lot of millions for Eden Hazard, because he's a player that is clearly not in the good shape, not in the best shape, and of course it is not a very tradable player. So that is my opinion. I don't know what is going to happen though, but in my opinion, I don't think we are going to see this kind of deal. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below. And of course, subscribe to my channel, Real Madrid Hub.